You are not the person that you used to be. The goal was never for you to go back to your old self or the old happy you. It was for you to become something new. And people might try to keep trying to make you remember or keep trying to make you see the old version of yourself. Or they might keep throwing all the things that your past self did in the past and trying to put you back there. But you're not going back there ever. It's never happening. You're not that old person anymore. Stop letting people do that to you. God has done some amazing things in you, and he's still doing amazing things in you. You are under construction, and you will probably continue to be through construction for a while. But that is okay, because all you have to keep saying is, I'm not going back, because you're not. The thing that I love about God is when we receive him, he does so much work in us that even if we try to go back to the old ways, even if we tried to go back to our old selves, it's like literally impossible. Some of y'all, you know what I'm talking about. For example, you try to reconnect with old friends, you know, just to see how they're doing. You want to hang out with them, but there's some distance between you and them. That distance is not because you guys maybe don't love each other anymore or care about each other, but you are a completely different person. And so sometimes as you begin to walk with God, some of y'all might have even heard we don't even know who you are anymore. That's the point, is to be a new creation. You're being reborn, born again. Don't feel bad for abandoning that old version of yourself. Abandoning those old things that you know is not good for you. You're not going back. And it's okay. That's the point. You're not going back. You have grown so much, and you will continue to grow. And sometimes you might be caught between, do I go this way or this way, because you're still trying to hold on to stuff in the past. But as you grow with God, you're going to be able to let that thing go. You're going to be able to let those old ways of being go. But you have come a long way. You have to understand that, and you have to continue to push forward, because it is about going forward and looking up at all times. I really want you to understand this. You need to say to yourself, I'm not going back. It doesn't matter what anybody says. People from your past might try to, oh yeah, remember when you used to do this? Or you ain't following God. You don't believe in God. Look at you. You used to do A, B, and C. That doesn't matter. That was something from the past. You're not that person anymore. You probably don't even talk the way you used to, walk the way you used to, dress the way you used to, because God has just been doing so much in you. And you may be scared and wondering, are you going to make it or not? But just make the decision that you're not going back. There's nothing back there anyways. That's good. You've come too far with God to even go back. Even if you wanted to, you've come so far. That land back there is desolate. It's nothing valuable back there. It's nothing back there. I promise you, there's nothing back there. Everything is forward. So focus on moving forward. Don't worry about those old things, because that's for the old you. Those things used to work for the old you, but that's not working for the new you. And that's why you're here right now. If those things in the past were working for you, you would still be there. You would still be doing those things, but it was something in you. It was the Holy Spirit in you that let you know that wasn't it. God did something. He shifted your heart. He shifted your mind. He shifted your perspective. He changed the way you looked at things, gave you a new lens, a clear lens to see through, and cherish that. Be happy with that. You've become a stronger individual, and it is okay to set boundaries for the new you. Sometimes you have to let people know, this is my boundary and you cannot cross this boundary. I love you, but you can't cross this right here. Stop walking on eggshells around people. That's the people pleaser in you. Walk with confidence and assurance, and know that God is for you. Sometimes we keep trying to go back to where we think we were happy. You know how people say, I'm just trying to get back to the old me, back when I was happy. It was never the point for you to go back to who you was, who you thought you was, even before you hit depression, even before you started using drugs, even before you met that boy or that girl, that woman or that man that hurt you, broke your heart, whatever it was, or before you lost your friend, whatever it was, you trying to get back to that person before the destruction of what maybe you feel like your life was. But he's trying to get you to understand. God be trying to get us to understand. It's about becoming the new thing. You keep trying to go back to the old thing. It's nothing back there. Even if it looked like it might have been good. God will use life to get your attention. And it's something about words of wisdom that is just so amazing. Those of us who do operate in the prophetic, I think sometimes it's so easy for us to get caught up in prophetic words all the time, or always needing that person to just come in and tell you this is what God is saying to you. And that's not the case. God can speak to you through grandma, through daddy, through mommy, you know, from them just talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that really knows you. And they could be giving you some wisdom that'll bless you for the rest of your life. And they don't understand why they're saying it, but it's because God put it on their heart. Sometimes it don't gotta come from, like, the answer that you're looking for. When you know God said something to you, you don't always have to run to a video like this. Or anybody else's platform. God has a way of getting to you if he really wants to get to you. God will make it very clear on what he's saying to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? That person that you used to be had no clue who they were. That person that you used to be had no sense of happiness. That person who you used to be didn't know what freedom was. That person who you used to be didn't know who God was. That person who used to be didn't know how to do nothing but pick up a blunt and smoke every time something went wrong, or cry every time something went wrong. That person didn't know how to defend themselves. But you've become everything opposite of that and more. You become more loving. You become more compassionate. You've gotten to know God more. You become clear in your walk with God. You become more confident in your walk with God, and appreciate that, because that's amazing in itself. So don't go back even when things get hard, because this walk with God is not easy, and life is not easy. There's going to be trials. There's going to be things. Life happens. Things happen. The devil always working. You're always trying to find something, right? But just be glad that you have changed to some degree, and you shouldn't be ashamed of that. Don't let people make you ashamed of that. Even if you're still struggling with something here or there, just call on God for help, because if he can change you from all the way back then, he can still do some things in you now. And you beating up on yourself, but look at how much you've grown. Look at how much you've grown. And that should be enough encouragement to keep moving forward. Yeah, you miss your friends. Yeah, you miss all them people back then that you used to hang out with. But they still back there in the past, still doing the same thing. A lot of times we feel bad for leaving people behind because we're ready to grow and they're not. And that's not your fault. That you made a decision and they didn't. All you can do is pray for them. But don't go back, and don't let nobody make you feel bad for bettering yourself and becoming somebody new, because that's the point. I just want to say, watch what you feed in yourself. Watch what you feed in your soul. Watch the things that you're putting in your mind, you know, because that can definitely play a role in how you feel about yourself, how you see your walk with God, a lot of things. So make sure you're feeding yourself good things, good spiritual things. Just like how it matters what we feed our physical bodies, it matters what we feed our spirits too. So just be very careful and be very cautious. But I love you so much, and I pray this was opening. I pray this was encouraging. When I say opening, heart opening. I pray this was a blessing. I pray that I made sense to you. But some of y'all, you're going to get so much clarity just by this, that you're not going back. So stop thinking that you're not going back. It's make the decision. I'm not going back. Make a commitment with yourself and with God that you're not going back. You're not turning back. It's nothing back there. I'm not going back. You done been walking with God for a little minute now. You done made so many changes. It's too late to turn back now. It's nothing back there. Nothing. So I love you, and I pray to see you on this channel again. Peace.